To get started, you'll need a few simple craft supplies from the craft store: blank coasters, a clear top coat spray, and water slide decal paper. Then you're going to spray the paper with 3 coats of clear top coat. I'm using my Cricut machine to cut these out. Next, we'll cut out the designs. You can do this by hand, but a Cricut machine will really speed things up, especially for more intricate designs. And now for the fun part, the water slide technique. Submerge the decals in water for 30 to 60 seconds. Try to smooth it out so the edges don't curl up quite so much while it soaks. Now add a little water onto your coaster to make sure the surface is wet, and then gently position the decal on top. Hold the design steady and carefully slide the white backing out from under it. Smooth out any air bubbles with a paper towel and make sure the edges are nice and flat, and now you have a cool design on your coaster. Once your decal is in place, let those coasters dry completely. I recommend laying them upside down and putting some sort of weight on top to help everything adhere. Once they're dry, you can bake ceramic coasters in a 110-degree Fahrenheit oven for 10 to 15 minutes to cure the design. I finish these off by sealing them with a clear top coat and letting everything dry before using. And there you have it, designer-inspired coasters that are as beautiful as they are functional. With just a little creativity and some water slide magic, you can create your own unique coasters. This water slide technique is a lot of fun, and I hope you'll give it a try.
Grab a can of shaving cream and a lampshade from a lamp you own that needs a little sprucing up. Shake up a can of shaving cream and spray it into an aluminum tray that has sides. Using a squeegee, smooth out the shaving cream in the tray. It's almost like smoothing frosting onto a cake. Next, prepare your dye colors. You can use ready mixed or mix it yourself. I used a navy blue color as well as 2 shades of pink. Using a dropper, I used a turkey baster. Drop bits of the dye onto the top of the smooth shaving cream. Take your lampshade and slowly roll the shade in the dye-covered shaving cream, completely covering the outside. Once again, if the color is not dark enough for you, you can still add more dye and roll the shade again. Once you are satisfied with the color of the shade, rinse the shade thoroughly with water in the sink. You will be delighted to see the color pattern emerge on the shade. Let the shade dry completely and place it back on your lamp. I hope this inspired you to create a unique lampshade using colorful dye and shaving cream.
Do you have curtain panels that need a little color and a shot of artistic creativity? Lay your curtain on a flat surface and smooth out any wrinkles or folds. Take a plastic bag, a grocery sack will do. Gather the bottom of the bag together and tie it into a tight knot. Then turn the plastic bag inside out so the knot is on the inside. Gather the middle of the bag together and blow into the bottom of the bag. With a paintbrush, brush fabric paint onto the bottom of the inflated plastic bag, starting in the center and brushing outward 2, 3, 4 inches, whatever you like. Keeping the middle of the bag twisted, press the paint-covered bag bubble onto the fabric panel. Lift the bag off and you will see a beautiful abstract painted flower. Continue to press painted flowers randomly on the curtain panel. To continue the abstract look, press some flowers with the bag freshly covered with paint, and then press other flowers with less paint for fainter looking flowers. Give your flowers some depth by repeating this process with a coordinating color. However, this time, don't press quite as many flowers so your first color is still the dominant color. Or you could add as many colors as you want and create a more dense flower pattern. Let the painted flowers dry completely before rehanging the panels on your curtain rod. You are going to love your new hand-painted curtain panels with this creative paint twist. I hope this inspired you to take a simple plastic bag and, with some paint, create new hand-painted abstract floral curtains.
Head to the thrift store and pick up a set of matching glasses and a couple glass candlesticks. So I'm grabbing a block of candle wax, and I'm just going to chop up a little bit of it into some manageable pieces and then put it into this melting pot here. I'm going to take this all to the stove, and I've got a pot of water there at a simmer, and I'm just going to place the metal container of wax in there and let it melt completely. Once it's all melted, I'm going to set it aside and let it cool for a little bit. We don't want it to be too hot. While that's cooling, I'm going to add wicks to these glasses. These have a little adhesive on the bottom of them. I just have to stick them into the glass. I'm going to use little wooden sticks to wrap the wick around. This just helps it stay centered when I pour the wax in. Now I can pour the wax into each candle, and I'm going to let this set for a full 24 hours and let it harden undisturbed. All right, the candles are all done. I can pull the wood and the washi tape off, and then I can trim down the wick, and I have a set of really cute candles. These would make a really adorable gift. Put them in a nice container with some tissue paper. You could add some wooden matches or some other paraphernalia in here. Tie it up with a nice bow, and this is going to make a really stylish gift. So grab a candlestick, make sure it is clean and dry. We are going to tint these. Tinting glass is so easy. Grab yourself a little container and pour in some Mod Podge. Then you're going to add a few drops of food coloring. I'm going to use red for this one, and just a few drops is actually going to give me a light, almost pink color. If you want a darker color, add more food coloring. I'm going to use a sponge brush and just apply a coat over the entire outside of the candlestick. Now I'm going to add a little bit of blue to this Mod Podge so I can create a purple and then make another candlestick. When all of the outside glass is covered, just set these aside for an hour or two. They're going to dry pretty quickly, and Mod Podge dries clear, so you're just going to be left with these beautiful jewel-toned colors. Put together a couple candle holders and some taper candles, and these are going to make a great gift. I love how the different colored and different styled glass candle holders look as a centerpiece. I hope this inspired you to do something fun with your old glassware.
You won't believe what drinking straws and a lampshade have in common. Take a drum lampshade and draw a level vertical plumb line with a pencil on the side of the shade. Continue to draw these plumb lines about every 7 to 8 inches around the entire lampshade. Now take some non-bending straws and start to arrange them in a random zigzag pattern. This does not need to be exact. In fact, the more random the pattern, the better. Take a hot glue gun and place a line of glue along one side of a straw. Lay this straw on the lampshade in line with one of the plumb lines, but with part of the straw hanging off the edge of the shade. Continue to glue straws side by side onto the lampshade in your random pattern. You can ensure that your straws are laying evenly on the shade because you can make adjustments as you hit each plumb line that you drew on the shade. I discovered that you can also apply your hot glue directly onto the lampshade and then lay the straws on top. This method is a lot faster than laying them one at a time. In a well-ventilated area, spray paint your new lampshade in the color of your choice. Don't forget to spray the inside of the shade as well. Use a finial in a matching or coordinated color to attach the shade to a lamp base for your bold and beautiful new lamp. I hope this inspired you to give an old lampshade a dramatic but inexpensive makeover with just a little glue and some straws. Thanks for watching Home Talk. See you next time.